So we all know some of the best anime openings of all time, like Sorcerer Stabber Orphan Opening 2, Get Backers, and of course the always special Digimon Adventure 01. So those are 100% factual, absolutely, undeniably some of the greatest openings of all time. But what about of a singular anime season? Hello everybody, I am Famincho, and today we're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite anime openings of summer 2022.
1, 2, 3, 4. I believe it's what I've done. No reason to go back again. I am the kid that here we will. Natsukashi believe me well. Is it losing memories? I'm struggling now to overcome. 諦めることはない。最後まで。
So I think that this anime season was all about quality over quantity. I don't think that there were a ton of great anime openings, but I do think that the ones that are great are really, really excellent. Like, fantastic. Some of the best this year, for sure. I actually watched every single summer anime opening with fellow AniTuber Phenom Sage. It was a really, really good time going through the bad, the good, and just jamming out, man. There are some excellent ones, and believe it or not, they are on this list. I think some are going to be kind of obvious choices, but I think there's a couple there that might kind of surprise you. So let's get into this top 5. The first one on the list. Yoredeko, Sextillion Love by Clambun. This opening is bright, vibrant, very energetic, but at the same time kind of laid back and kind of relaxing to listen to. It kind of just bathes you in sound in a way, and there's so many colors, man. The colors, man. Now, full disclosure, I have not watched this series at all, but I love, love, love the way these characters are designed. I love how they move. I love how they're kind of interacting with each other here. I have a vague idea of what the premise of this series is, but I feel like this opening is capturing that very, very well, in my opinion. There's like gems that are like falling down, a lot of folding papers, hearts are just dashed across the screen, zeros, you know, because it's called Sextillion Love. I think that's 22 zeros. 23-0, I can't, whatever. This one kind of reminds me of just like a late Toonami night, you know, watching anime at like 3 in the morning, and then suddenly this thing appears on your screen and you're just entranced by it, man. It reminds me of like the Paranoia Agent opening a little bit. Absolutely very, very different for sure, but it just kind of has that entrancement, you know, you get kind of sucked in, and I don't know, it's hard to describe. I don't know how to describe that late night anime feel, but this opening does it in droves. Next is Top of the Laugh by Teppen All Stars. Listen, this one is, it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. There's characters jumping everywhere. They're rapping, they're dancing, they're doing these weird hand things. That's happening. The animation of this opening alone is kind of enough to put it in my top 5, to be honest. It's just fabulous. It really is, but it just oozes personality. I kind of get a mind's view of each of these characters and sort of what they're about, or at least their face value, you know, like what's sort of their gimmick, you know, and you kind of go through the cast of characters throughout the opening. One of my favorite parts about the opening actually is this weird like cathedral like church sculpture thing of like all these characters with like swords. It's like a weird statue looking, I don't know how you describe this. I really don't know what this thing is, but it's really, really cool to look at. I don't know, I just feel like this opening definitely respects its characters, respects its style, and is not afraid to get a little weird. We're dancing on this bald dude's head. That's really, really funny. There's like a weird VR skit that's really, really funny. I love, again, like the folding out of rooms and things like that. Characters just jumping in and out of frame. It's kind of wild. It's, again, very, very absurd, but it's just so much fun. And the song kind of rules too. I really like this song. It kind of shocks you at first when you first hear it. You're like, whoa, what the hell is this? Because rap is not typically something that anime tackles, and it's actually done pretty well here, to be honest. Not to mention, it's kind of adorable, man. It really is. These girls are cute. Look, right? They're kind of cute. Look at this one. Look at her trying to rap. That's precious. As you can see, I really love openings that have a ton of energy, you know, and really showcase what the series is about. I believe the series is about like comedy sketch artist type of deal. And again, that's very much a face value thing. But I get that vibe here. You know, I kind of understand it. When I first watched it, I thought it was about idols. And then again, Phenom Sage mentioned that, no, this is like about comedy. It's about these girls that like get on stage and do these like sketches or skits or whatever. And then it kind of just clicked. I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely right. And I can see that with this opening. I can see them trying to craft these things and them trying to be funny. And it's, again, absurd. I'll keep saying that, but it's just fabulous. It's a really, really great opening that encapsulates what this series, or what I believe this series to be about. It makes me want to watch the series, which I also think is a huge thing. I think that's very, very important for an opening to do, is make you care and make you want to continue watching. It's great. I don't have else much to say. It's very, very great. 3. We're talking about Call of the Night, Detention by Creepy Nuts. Yeah, this is kind of ridiculous. It's probably my favorite song out of the top 5. I really, really dig this song. It's got this summer vibes, man. It's got summer vibes. Yeah, and make no mistake, the animation here is spectacular. The composition and just the overall direction here, it's astounding. This is Leiden Films, man. I love the opening. I love how it has this kind of like Persona feel. I love the character design quite a bit. The dancing, excellent. This girl, excellent. And then you have these neon lit night skies, man, just flying through the air. Everything is distorted. Everything is kind of flipped. And it's a really cool gimmick for an opening. It's really, really interesting to like see these characters going through the air. You see the main character, he's kind of uncomfortable and doesn't really know how to maneuver, but you see this girl helping him and sort of guiding him, and I again think that's very, very good direction. Then you have one of the bigger moments where everything just kind of flips, and then you have the whole cast of characters now floating and flying through the sky. It's kind of a glamorous moment. It's got that wow factor, you know. I think I audibly said wow the first time I watched this. I was like, yeah, this is so good. Love the credit placement too on the cape. Just thought I'd mention that. And then the ending with a bite is mandatory. Yeah, absolutely mandatory. And even just the beginning with the director's clap thing, that's also fantastic and kind of necessary. It kind of just feels like a bunch of animators having a really good time. I mean, I'm sure this was a ton of hard work and it probably wasn't very fun, but you definitely see a lot of style and direction choices being made with this opening, and it really paid off. It really did. I think the hard work definitely paid off. It's one of the best. It's one of the best of the year, I would say. I would put this potentially in a top 5 of the year. It is absolutely fabulous. One of my favorite songs of the summer season. And yeah, it's really, really great. Makes me want to watch the show again. As I mentioned, I think that's very important for an opening to do, is just show you what it's about. You know, show you the style, show you the characters, show you how vibrant and how fun things can be. It's a really great opening. 2. I bet you thought that this would be number 1, but it is actually number 2. Look, I've talked about this opening quite a bit here on the channel. I actually cover the series and review the series on the channel. Check it out if you're interested. But yeah, the song is fantastic, and look, I think it's all about the direction here. I think it's about the juxtaposition between characters. This is one of the only openings out of this top 5 that I actually have context to, and I actually know these characters, so there's probably a little bit of bias there, but I love seeing like the beginning of the journey of these new characters, and then seeing sort of what's going on with the older characters and how they kind of coalesce and how they both went down in this abyss and how they eventually meet, I guess. It's a really, really, really good directed opening. I really love how everything sort of shapes itself. There's a lot of action in this opening too. You see the dude pulling out the sword out of its chest. Like, God, that's such a cool shot. You see Rico here dancing and bopping around with all these hollows. There's so many really cool moments here that kind of just capture little glimpses of what season 2 has been about. It's very drama filled, it's very action packed, and it's very colorful and fun. And this part of the song here, I can't help but get a little swelled up. I can't help but get a little teary-eyed at this part for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's just those notes, the way they're hitting. One of these days I'll like study this kind of composition, but those notes that hit there really kind of get me emotional. I don't know how to describe that. I don't know. Do you guys feel the same way? Is that something that is this just like a known formation of notes that gets people swelled up? I have no idea. Again, I've talked about this opening quite a bit before, so I won't go ad nauseum here, but all in all, it's one of the best of the year for sure, and definitely one of the best of this season. This is Awashi opening to Presents by Superfly. Look, this is a special opening. I kind of adore it. I really do. Pretty much everything that I've said throughout this video about encapsulating the characters and the vibe and the themes of the series, I think that this opening just does absolutely perfectly. Look, there's turmoil within this character. He's struggling and you see that. There's camaraderie on the team here. You see that. It looks like he's having a hard time balancing his social life and the sport. It looks like he's having a hard time dividing his passions, and I see that here. I see blood, sweat, and tears here. I see motivation, I see inspiration. It is just such a great sports anime opening. It is such a great opening. There are some incredible, just ridiculously well animated shots in this one. The stuff that, mainly background stuff, weirdly, like these backgrounds just look absolutely great. Obviously you have the very end of the opening, which goes into this like manga style of the main character running, and that's emotional, I'm not gonna lie. And as I mentioned, like a lot of these I have not watched the series of, including this one. I have an idea of what this series is about, but I don't know these characters. I don't know this turmoil. I don't know this struggle, but I feel it within the opening, and that is just fabulous direction at its best. I love the song too. The song is so good, and it has this like big crescendo at the end that just makes you feel good about yourself, makes you feel good about the series, makes me want to get out in a field and kick a football around, man. It makes me just get excited about sports. It makes me get excited about this character's journey. It is just such a beautiful opening. It really is. I can't say much else. I mean, just watch it. Just watch it. Links to all of these are going to be in the description below. Watch this opening and just tell me you don't feel something. Tell me you don't feel something. I would find it very, very difficult to believe. So yeah, that's my top 5. Look, there were a ton of other great openings. The Overlord opening I thought was kind of great. The Oji-san opening was really, really close to being number 5. I was so close to putting that on the list. I just didn't love the song very much. And there were a couple of others I remember being quite good as well. But yeah, this is the top 5. This is my personal favorite. Comment down below and give me your personal favorites. What are some of the better openings that you've seen this year that aren't on this list? Or do you share some of the opinions that I have with the stuff here? Like, do you think that these openings are great? Do you think, which one is the best? Which one is your absolute favorite, I guess I should say? Comment below and give me your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. Make sure to subscribe. I'd really, really appreciate it. Check me out on Twitch, on Discord, all that stuff down in the description below. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, party on.